This map illustrates the Mongol dominions during the 13th century. Within decades, this expansionist power absorbed territory from Eastern Europe to the Sea of Japan. By the late 1200s, this military machine pushed directly against the borders of Southeast Asia. The medieval Vietnamese kingdom of Dai Viet sat directly in the path of this advancing front. Emperor Tran Thanh Tong engineered the kingdom's survival decades before the first Mongol archer reached the border. Instead of relying on reactive tactics, he spent years preemptively building a society designed to be structurally unbreakable. A decentralized medieval kingdom could never survive a coordinated imperial invasion. Tran Thanh Tong required a highly functional administrative machine to handle the logistics of total war. In 1267, he issued a mandate to overhaul the government by appointing formally educated Confucian scholars to the royal court. Confucianism is a philosophical system focused on strict hierarchy, social duty, and government by merit. He established specialized schools for Niuzhao, or Confucianism, to create a disciplined, talent-based pipeline for the state. Shifting the government from aristocratic rule to a merit-based bureaucracy improved the state's ability to manage taxes, labor, and food supplies. This intellectual infrastructure allowed the state to coordinate the complex movements of thousands of troops across difficult terrain while maintaining domestic order. While the emperor used rigid administrative systems to build the body of the state, he looked to the philosophy of Zen Buddhism to fortify its mind. He found an architect for this in Tuet Trung Throng Shi. He was a veteran military general who simultaneously lived as a profound Zen master. The emperor explicitly entrusted Tuet Trung to mentor the crown prince, Tran Yan Tong, bypassing traditional court tutors. The goal of this mentorship was to train the future king to maintain absolute spiritual calm and clarity in the face of violent chaos. By embedding this dual-minded philosophy into the next generation of leadership, Tran Thanh Tong protected the crown against the psychological terror tactics of the incoming Mongol horde. By the invasion of 1284, Tran Thanh Tong had assumed the role of Tai Tong Huang, or Supreme Emperor, guiding the new king from behind the scenes. As the crisis intensified, the emperor summoned the nation's civilian elders to the historic Zhenhong Conference in the capital. He asked the elders a single question: should we surrender or fight? The elders responded with a unanimous roar to fight, creating a rare moment of medieval democratic consensus. By prioritizing the consensus of the people over a royal decree, the Supreme Emperor aligned the entire population with the military effort, turning a dynastic defense into a total national war. Although the Mongol Empire was eventually defeated, the victory left the capital in ruins and the political court paralyzed by paranoia. The tension centered on a captured wooden box filled with letters from Dai Viet officials, secretly promising their loyalty to the Mongols during the height of the war. Most courtiers expected a bloody purge, assuming the emperor would use the evidence to execute his rivals and tighten his control. Instead, the emperor and his son ordered the entire chest of evidence to be completely burned and left unread. This act of reconciliation neutralized the threat of a civil war and solidified the internal unity of the Tran Dynasty. Tran Thanh Tong demonstrated that national strength is built through both rigorous preparation for war and the moral vision to ensure a lasting, stable peace.